Okay, hello, and welcome to the 90-day web design and digital marketing mentorship boot camp, module 8. So far, we've talked about a whole lot, we've been learning a whole lot. By now, I'm sure you know how to attract clients. We talked about that. You know how to price your services, your digital business, your online business service, how to price it, how to collect your money, and how to deliver your services, and also deliver great results to your clients. All right. All that we have done, but here is the thing. If you want to move beyond just being a busy freelancer, a busy digital entrepreneur, hustling, try to get the money, try to get the clients. If you want to move beyond that and actually grow into a thriving business owner, I'm talking about a business owner, not just a freelancer or someone who has a job. All right, you need something, and what is that thing? It is called systems. Okay, so that's why today we'll be discussing how to build systems to scale your digital business. So I'll be showing you how to set up systems for your digital business. Systems that will help you save time, reduce stress, and allow you to scale without burnout. Okay, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. All right, now let me ask you, how many hours do you currently spend? For those of you who have started business, if you have already started your online business, you're a digital entrepreneur, okay? Doesn't matter the service, you're into web design, into graphic design, you're into copywriting, you're selling stuff online, whatever it is, okay? You're a coach, whatever it is. How many hours do you currently spend each week on various tasks, admin, emails, proposals, organizing your files? How many hours each week do you actually spend doing that? Now imagine cutting that chunk of time. Let's say maybe you spend like 20 hours. All right, 20 hours a week doing all that. Now imagine cutting that time in half. So instead of 20 hours a week, you'll be spending 10 hours. So what are you going to do with the remaining 10 hours? That's plenty of time. Are you going to use it to acquire more clients? Are you going to use it to spend time with your family? Or maybe travel? You know, the reason for this entrepreneurship thing is to actually give you freedom. I hope you know. Not so that you can hustle till you die. It's to give you freedom. And that is what systems help you do. It helps you get your freedom. All right? Free from the hustle. And then you can use that extra time to do other things. Okay, so let's actually look at it now. Let's actually look at it. Why does systems matter? Why is it important for you as an entrepreneur, a digital entrepreneur, to set up systems? First and foremost, systems bring you freedom. Like I said, the reason for you setting up a business, having your own business, running your own business, creating your own revenue stream, building your own empire, right, is freedom. That's the reason I went into business, freedom. And then also, systems give you consistency for your business. So because you have a system that you use to deliver your product or your service, systems that you work with, it is easier for you to be consistent because you can do things at the same time. You can do things in the same way, the same format. So you're not doing things haphazardly, right? So systems give you freedom, help you free time, and also gives you that leverage to be consistent in the things you do. And that's the hallmark of professionals: consistency. Okay. Secondly, systems help you reduce repetitive work. So you are not constantly reinventing the wheel every time you're starting everything from scratch. No, that's not a smart way to work. With systems, you can reduce repetitive work. You do it once and then you can now use that one to do the others instead of having to do everything over and over again. These systems help you make delegation possible. Delegation means the work that you do, there's some work that you do that other people can help you do. So you give it over to them, and then you can even grow this, bring more people in, and get more done within the shortest possible time. So that's what system will help you do for you. And then also, system allows you to serve more clients without burnouts. You can serve more people because now you have more time, more free time. So you can talk to more people, you can make more calls, all right? And you can actually see what's working and what's not working instead of when your head is buried down in the nitty-gritty of the business. All right? So without system, you just stay stuck in survival hustle mode. As a digital entrepreneur, you're hustling, always online 24 hours. That's why you need systems. That's why we're talking about this today. All right. Now, let's look at the core systems that you need as a digital entrepreneur. What are these systems? What can they do for you? All right. So in this lesson, we're going to look at 5 systems that you need to set up. And these are the basic. These are the very, very most essential systems that you need to set up. The first one is what? Lead generation system. This one is the cocoa, the one that brings in the clients. All right, so you need to have a system set up that constantly brings in prospects, new clients. Because if the business does not have clients, then it cannot make money. All right, so you need to have a lead generation system in place. The second one is client onboarding system. All right, now the client has come in, you've closed the deal. So how do you get the client onboarded? How do you get the clients established in the business to get started with the project, delivering the service to the clients? So that's what's called onboarding system. And you're going to need quite a number of things here. You need contracts, all right, agreements with the client in terms of payments, mode of payments, requirements, deliverables, and all of that. So that's what's going to be included in the contract. Then you need forms to collect the information of the clients. And then, of course, a welcome sequence. That could be in form of email sequence. All right. So you need a client onboarding system. Third is project management system. Now is the time to deliver the service. So how do you ensure that you are not exceeding deadlines? How do you ensure that the tasks that you're supposed to do, you are doing them as at when due? All right. And how are you able to hold yourself accountable or hold the team accountable? That's where project management comes in. All right. You're able to track deliverables, milestones. You're able to know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Which one has been done? Which one needs to be done? That's what project management system does for you. Next is marketing system. Yeah, we've talked about lead generation system. All right. But then apart lead generation is bringing in prospects. But marketing is, hey, getting people to know about the business, creating awareness. And you have different ways you can do this. You can use social media marketing. You can use content marketing. You have social media platforms where you continually post updates, all right, things about your business, educating people. Okay, so you need a marketing system. If it's social media, you have your social media handles. You have to be posting regularly, right? And you don't need to be online 24 hours, always posting every day, every time. You can have systems set up that actually help you do the posting automatically. You schedule it, all right? And then for meetings, you can have a system set up to schedule meetings with clients. So marketing system needs to be in place. And then finally, finance system. Most entrepreneurs are not very good with finances. All right. They are not able to track expenses. They are not able to track payments and all that. So you need a finance system in place. Invoices, payments, receipts, and all that. So that will actually help you. Now, all these systems we've talked about, lead generation system, client onboarding system, project management system, marketing system, finance system, these are actually the backbone of the business. This is what gives the business, make the business solid and help it to stand the test of time. This is actually a business. It's what makes it a business instead of a hustle. There are many people who are into hustle, but you shouldn't be into hustle. Hustlers work harder, all right? But real entrepreneurs use systems to work smarter. And that's why we're learning this today, because I want you to be a real entrepreneur, a business owner in every sense of the word, not just a hustler, all right? That's too hard. Okay, so let's look at automating your workflow. We've talked about systems, the systems you need to set up. Now, how do you automate the work that you do so that you can spend less time in the grind? All right. Now, the first system is emails. The first automation workflow is using email templates for your proposals and follow-ups. So instead of having to write emails all the time to send to clients, all right, or create a new proposal all the time, just have templates. All right, templates. All you have to do is just fill in the blanks or just change the name, the company name, the person's name, but everything is already there. You understand? You just need to fill in the specific information. So that you can use templates for your proposals, for follow-ups. And then also scheduling tools. We have different scheduling tools that you can use to schedule meetings with clients. We have Calendly, we have Google Calendar. For me, I use Brevo. Brevo works beautiful for me. All right. So choose the scheduling tool that you like best, and then you can use it to automate your meetings. Schedule your meetings. And then we have tools like Zapier. All right, Zapier helps you to connect different apps, so you can check it out. And then we have IFTT. Okay, then social media schedulers. Remember I talked about marketing system, right? So you have to be posting on your social media handles, but you don't necessarily need to be doing this manually. You can have social media schedulers that can help you be doing the posting. We have Buffer, we have Meta Business Suite. All right, so you are not online 24 hours. These tools are doing the posting for you. That's what we call automation. And you can also automate emails too. You can set up a sequence whereby the emails are being sent automatically to the client or the prospect. So you are not there sending emails all the time. Are you getting it now? So these are various automations that you can do. All right. So remember, we're talking about freedom, right? Automation gives you more freedom. Now, beyond automation, let's discuss how to delegate and outsource part of your work. All right, how do you delegate? Because you certainly don't want to do everything by yourself. Okay, in fact, you shouldn't do everything by yourself. As a business owner, you should be working on your business, not necessarily in your business. Because you can't see the whole picture while you are in the frame. You can't see the whole forest while you are hanging to the trunk of a tree, grinding day and night. So you need to be out there, up there, having a bird's eye view over the business, so you know what to tweak, what to change, and how to get better results. All right, so that's where delegation and outsourcing comes in. So how do you go about this? Firstly, identify low value repetitive tasks. Those tasks that you are doing that are of very little value to the business. They don't necessarily move the needle that much. All right, they are not very significant in terms of bringing in revenue to the business, those repetitive tasks. So what do? Identify them, and then you hire people to handle all those tasks. Things like sending emails, all right, scheduling meetings. Okay, so you can actually hire freelancers or assistants to handle all these things, not you doing it. So what does that mean? This now helps you focus your time on strategy. Business growth is by strategy. So you have more time to strategize, more time to sell, more time to deliver. All right? So your focus as the business owner should be on sales, marketing, delivery, making new connections. All right? So those small repetitive tasks, you can delegate them and outsource them to freelancers and assistants. Okay? All right. Now, this is a very good case study that you have to look at. The freelancer versus the consultant. Right? The freelancer works over 40 hours a week, juggling different activities inside the business. He's the one doing marketing. He's the one doing administration. He's the one handling the client. Just so stressed out. And he's underpaid and he's not growing. That's the freelancer. Now flip it to the other side. You have the consultant. A consultant works with what? Systems, and uses automations, onboarding, workflows, and then also outsourcing and delegating all those repetitive tasks to assistants like we talked about. And what happens? The hours in which he works is cut in half. If he's working 40 hours, they are cut in half. So he's working 20 hours now. All right. So with that time, he can devote to, generating new business, bringing in more revenue. All right. Increasing clients. Then you can have more income for the business. All right. So what's the difference? It's the same skills, but they are using different systems. For the consultant, he has systems, tools, and then other people doing some of the work. But for the freelancer, he is the system himself. He's the one juggling everything. So that's not smart. All right? As an entrepreneur, you shouldn't be working harder. You should be working smarter. And that's what systems do for you. All right. Now, we've talked the part. We need to act the part. So this week, you're going to take action. Choose one area to systematize in this week. Is it going to be lead generation? Is it going to be client onboarding? Is it going to be marketing, project, or finance? Just choose one area and systematize it. All right? Use system to run it. And then set up at least one automation automation, like meeting scheduler or posting on social media. Automate one thing, at least one thing in the business. Okay? And then the next thing you can do is documentation. This is very, very important. Documentation, because with documentation, you can now know what is working, what is repeatable. Alright? It's not just something you do once when it comes to business. It's not just about something you do once, but something that can be repeatable. Alright? Then you can now optimize it and then even hand it over to someone and say, hey, this is a blueprint of how the business runs. This is how it runs. So you are very, very sure. So that's why documentation is very, very important. Okay. So what are the key takeaways from today's class? First, systems creates growth. Right? Systems bring about growth. Systems create freedom, and freedom helps you to grow. When you have more free time, you can devote it to the business, like sales, marketing, and that helps the business to grow. Okay. Secondly, automate repetitive tasks. Then third, delegate those low value work. Give it out to assistants. And then, equally important, document your processes. This helps you improve continuously and make scaling easier. Alright? So, growing your business or scaling your business isn't necessarily about working harder. It is about working smarter. Okay? Now, there is a workbook like you already know. So you're going to jump on the workbook and then do the exercises that are therein. Write down the top 3 systems you need to implement in your business right now. Okay? Then share your action plan with us in the group so that we can help you stay accountable and give you feedback. Remember, without systems, you stay busy. But with systems, you can work smarter and scale the business. With systems, you are not just a freelancer or a hustler. You are a business owner, a real entrepreneur in the real sense of the word. Okay? Hope you've learned a lot in today's class. Ensure you do your assignments, take the exercise in the workbook, and then share your thoughts in the group. I'll see you in the next class. Bye for now.